So you're talking about, needing friends right now. And I know a lot of people feel very isolated and very alone. And sometimes even in a crowd of people that they consider friends and family are feeling, very isolated and alone. And one of the supporting frequencies to come through tonight to kind of recognize how challenging this is really at the human level. It all sounds very beautiful and wonderful, from spirit's perspective, but when you're actually the person living it feels a lot more arduous. And so the divine mother is a frequency that we don't hear of very often. We hear of God the Father, but how often do we hear of God the Mother? And yet with source consciousness, God is both father, mother, child, neither and both. And so this frequency of the divine mother is actually part of source awareness that we can call on when we need nurturing, when we need to feel that grace, and when we need to mother ourselves. And Spirit said that now is the time to mother ourselves, that the divine mother comes to us to remind us that we are held beyond measure, that we are loved and cherished so fully and deeply that if we knew, we would never spend 1 second of our lives in separation, worry, doubt, or fear. And here the lyrics were, "Oh, the night makes you a star, and it holds you cold in its arms. You're the one to whom nobody verses I love you unless you say it first. So you lie there holding your breath, and it's strange how soon you forget that you're like stars. They only show up when it's dark because they don't know their worth. And I think you need to stop following misery's lead. Shine away, shine away, shine away. Isn't it time you got over how fragile you are? We're all waiting on your supernova because that's who you are, and you've only begun to shine." So this feeling that the divine mother is singing through these lyrics, that we're turning into stars here. Not only is the earth herself turning into a star, but we are remembering who we are. And she's asking us, stop following misery's lead. Just because it's dark, just because it's cold, doesn't mean you aren't being held through the process. And we're encouraged from Spirit that our capacity to love right now and hold others is limited only to our capacity to love and hold ourselves. Are we being gentle? Are we being intuitive and compassionate with our body, our mind, and what our soul and spirit need? If our body asks us to eat, are we eating? When it asks us to rest, are we resting? We're being called to treat ourselves like the beautiful spirit that we are, because the spirit truly cannot move and land within us. The soul cannot fully embody, and the spirit cannot move through us fluidly if we are not creating a sacred space for it to land. That doesn't mean that we're perfect. It just means that we are always in that receptive space where we want to be filled with that which is the divine. And we're also asked right now from Spirit to do our best, but we're not needing to carry everything on our own. So if we're feeling that energy of like this burden of carrying this weight, we're being called to let it go, to know that doing our best is enough, and to let the Divine Mother lift this weight of the world off of our shoulders. Call on the Spirit of grace to intervene. She will not let us down.